columnist, Khaki Holt, loves to root out the best dining spots in town, but she says her neighborhood diner is hard to beat. The classic menu and delicious milkshake served up in a retro, fun ambiance makes it her go-to spot, especially when out-of-towners come to visit. It's in West Palm Beach and it's called City Diner.
Well, we came here in 1982. We opened a restaurant in Palm Beach, Florida.
Back in those days, there wasn't a whole lot of restaurants around. There were a handful of good restaurants. My passion in cooking is the French cuisine.
We became really very well accepted and very well liked. We were there 23 years. I decided I wanted to retire. And then after 2 years of being retired, I said, what did I do here? This was not for me. So he and I decided to open this little diner.
Trying to go under the radar and not be the top chef or do the white tablecloth thing.
In the parking lot, we'll look out there sometimes and you'll see an old pickup truck and a Rolls Royce sitting beside each other, and it's like the whole mix of people.
We call it the slice of life.
All kinds of people.
I'm gonna have a little bit of this cake. Oh my gosh, it looks so great, doesn't it? Yeah, everything's great in here. Absolutely. Starting with the hamburgers and the soups are fantastic. Comfort food.
Everything just has to kind of click. The food, the price, the ambiance, the service.
The decor to the antiques. Because everything I have here, I would say 99% is authentic and real. It takes you back to when you were younger and more simpler time in life.
This is a place. Anybody wants to have a little bit of Brooklyn or New York, this is the diner, and trust me, it's the best one.
The experience I want the people to have, a flashback to the past, the fun of it all. City Diner is nostalgic.
I love diners.
I love diners. I lived in New York and LA and Chicago, and
They
I
are
love
the
diners.
best.
City Diners, right close to my house. It's right down on Dixie in the middle of West Palm Beach, and the food is always of the top quality ingredients, made from top quality ingredients. Jo, the gal who owns it, had several fancy restaurants in Palm Beach, and she sort of cut back and started this several years ago. But like if you go have turkey and dressing, that turkey was baked that day. So all of the ingredients are made right there. The last time I was there, I had the chicken pot pie, which is huge, made with only big chunks of white meat. Mm-hmm. The flaky top is just melt in your mouth. And I hadn't had it before, so that's a new discovery. It's something else bad for me, but it was really tasty.
Ainsworth?
Well, I ended up going there. It was actually a Sunday midday. Kind of went up there for brunch. I ended up sitting out on the patio. My wife actually had a French toast which had caramelized pumpkin on it and whipped cream. I left my plate and snuck over to her plate.
As I would have as well, even though I don't know your wife at all.
Yeah, really quickly and had some of that. But I ended up having lobster hash, which I haven't seen before. I thought it was, again, a unique dish that you don't see all the time, because I think from a diner perspective, where you go around brunch, you think, okay, eggs and bacon, anybody can do that. But it was really different, really flavorful. I thought that the specials menu was really unique.
Arnie?
Well, I've been there for breakfast. This time I went for lunch with my wife, and the menu was just huge. And the decor in the place is phenomenal. Being as old as I am, those were my days, believe me. My wife didn't want to leave. She just wanted to sit and listen to Sinatra for a little while.
That's great.
She had the chicken Philly sandwich, and I had the regular Philly cheesesteak with a side of mac and cheese, and it was as good as any I ever had. It's
Tender
just
pieces of meat, lots of cheese.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just phenomenal. It's really a great place to go. My wife says we will be back.
I'm curious, was her chicken Philly as good as your regular Philly?
Well, I didn't taste hers, but
She didn't
the way
taste
she
yours.
devoured it, I'm sure it was delicious.
I need to talk to your wife about sharing.
Yeah, really. No, it's really a great experience.
How
and
was the macaroni and cheese? Was it
phenomenal. It
gooey and
really
delicious?
was. Not as good as my granddaughter says mine is, but it was very good as far as I'm concerned.
When I go there for lunch, because it's just so quick for me to get to, I have the California Reuben, which is made with their fresh cooked turkey and coleslaw instead of the sour.
That sounds great.
It is really good. And I don't splurge on those milkshakes often because they're in one of those big metal containers and it makes 2 huge glasses. So they do things you know, really in a real nice way, better than you would ever expect at
Could
a
you
diner.
describe the decor a little bit for me?
Okay, it is actually from probably the 20s up to the 50s, and in the corner they have these old wooden TVs where they play reruns of I Love Lucy in black and white,
Yeah.
and they've got Dixie Flyer sleds and little red pull wagons. I forgot who makes those little red
But the
wagons.
best thing is in the parking lot. They got
yeah.
a telephone booth with Superman taking his, suit off, and there's the Superman right in the parking lot.
I'm not from that era, but obviously have a little bit of knowledge about some historical things, and it's just really cool to see gas prices. You'll see it's stuck at a couple of cents, and the old Coke bottles, and
Very unique.
How about the type of crowd that it attracts?
It's a lot of businessmen and women. A lot of Palm Beachers are in there. I just did a lot of people watching and decor looking.
How was the service, Ainsworth?
I thought the service was fine. They seated you as fast as they could. I found the spot out on the patio, and they were quite attentive. I had no issues with it whatsoever.
A lot of their staff has been there since they opened. I mean, I see the same ladies,
Yeah.
over time.
That says a lot.
It does.
About people that own it.
It does.
It's a place I'd love to go back and take my kids so that they can, see some of
The memorabilia.
things.
See my
Yeah,
era.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
See a little bit of my era?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me about my favorite dessert in the whole wide world, the coconut cake.
The coconut cake. I don't know who makes their coconut cake, but it's a mile-high cake, and sometimes they can be dry, and this is not. It's like lovely and luscious and very moist. It's just what you want from a coconut cake.
Oish. Well, Khaki City Diner was your choice. Sum it up for us, please.
It's a diner, but it's a top-rate diner.
Ainsworth?
A little far for me to drive up from North Broward, but if you're in the local area, I think it's a real find.
Arnie?
I will be back. I will be back.
That's all you gotta say. Well, you can go retro at City Diner, located at 3400 South Dixie Highway in West Palm Beach. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Reservations are not accepted, and the average price for a dinner without drinks is about $30.